All right, we've been needing an electric cooler for our cargo trailer for a while. We decided on the Massimo CX-50 12-volt cooler. We're going to unbox it and get it set up, so let's get started.
All right, so the reason why we decided to try out a 12-volt cooler is because we are going through a lot of ice right now for our 2 ice chests.
We're using probably $80 to $100 in ice every month,
Right?
and that makes 0 cents. We are out here in western Colorado in the summer. It's been close to 100 pretty much every day.
Right.
We have one really good ice chest that will hold ice for about 4 days, even in the heat. But the other ice chest we have, I don't even want to mention the name of it.
Yeah.
Because after today, we're going to get rid of it. But it's every single day we have to get another bag of ice.
Right.
So in the long run, this is going to be much cheaper for us. So the Massimo E Kooler CX-50 is a 50-liter electric cooler. It's 12 volt. It's adjustable from 0 degrees to 64 degrees. It features low voltage detection cutoff, an LCD digital display, a DC power cable, an AC to DC adapter, handle and wheels. It's 25 inches wide on the outside, 18.5 inches wide on the inside, 15.9 inches deep, 10 inches deep on the inside, and 22.8 inches tall and 16.1 inches tall inside. It can hold up to 68 soda cans and 37 20-ounce water bottles. So the compressor is located right here on the ice chest. There's a box that it's included and includes all your power adapters. Here's the one for the 12 volt, for the 110, and the other part for the 110 to go into your cooler. It also comes with an owner's manual.
Okay, so let's take a look inside the cooler. Oh wow, yeah, it's very deep inside here, and like we said, it holds 68 cans. There is a drain right here in case you have some spills and you need to wash it out. The seal seems to be very well intact, and it closes very snugly. It has the LCD, let's take this off. The LCD control center is right here to plug everything. It has a handle, so with wheels, so that when you want to move the cooler around, it's easily movable. Man, this is gonna be nice, I think. Okay, so for now, I'm just gonna set a couple of drinks in here, and then we're gonna get it hooked up to the Jackery and see how fast it does start cooling.
All right, so we're gonna test out the cooler first with our Jackery. That's what we want to be the primary source of power for the cooler. So let's get it hooked up. All right, so whenever you're plugging in the 12 volt or I think either one, whenever you're plugging it into the cooler, the plug, there's only one way it's going to fit. So you just plug it in there, push it. I just heard a beep, so that means the power is going to it. Okay, once we turn the power on, I click this button, and that allows you to change the power consumption mode from max to eco for economy, but I'm keeping it on max. So next I pressed and held the settings button for 3 seconds. That allowed me to change the settings from either high, medium, or low. If you're using a car battery, you can set it on high, but because I'm using a Jackery, I wanted to be safe and just to see how it's going to work, so I set it on medium. It's currently set on 38 degrees. The cooler is currently at 82 degrees inside. It's probably about 90 degrees outside at the moment. We're going to let this run for about an hour, see how much power is drained from the Jackery.
Okay, so we just went for a walk for about an hour to give this time to start cooling off. It is at 39 degrees now. It started at, was it 81 or 82?
Yeah, 82.
82 degrees is at 39 degrees now, so it's almost there. Now the Jackery is at 93%, so that's 6% in an hour.
Yeah, use about 7% of the total in an hour, but that was to get from 82 degrees down to 39, so that's not an issue at all.
Yeah, so hopefully it's going to start using a little bit less power once it gets to that set temperature. But now I put my soda in here before we left too, so I'm going to open it and see if it kept it cold. Oh yeah. Oh wow, the can is nice and cool.
All right, so we have a few more things to do around the cargo trailer, but for now I hooked up our solar panel to the Jackery. Currently, with the sun where it is and me having this flat on the ground, I'm pulling in 70 watts. With the compressor going on the cooler, it's taking out 66 watts. So what that means is that since I'm bringing in 70 and putting out 66, I'm not going to lose any more in my Jackery as far as the watts that are available. I expect the compressor to kick off fairly soon, and that can start replenishing the power, the battery in the Jackery. But if you have a solar panel and the sun's out, you could hook that up to the Jackery and it should pull this no problem, and you would lose very little from your Jackery during the course of the day. Oh, the compressor just kicked off. So we're going to continue to monitor this for the rest of the day. But with my initial views of it, this could run on your Jackery. If you have your Jackery through a solar panel, you're not going to use much power at all. It's very quiet. Now the compressor's kicked off, obviously it's not making any sounds. But even with the compressor going,
It wasn't very loud.
It wasn't very loud at all.
Yeah.
And it's got it down now to 37 degrees, which I'm very happy about. All right, it's been about a month since we got our Massimo E Kooler, so I wanted to give you a review of it, how it's working out for us. And I got 5 things to talk about, and I think you're going to get a good idea of how we think about it, or what we think about it based on those things. So the first thing is the savings. Before we got the E-Kooler, we were spending about 80 bucks a month on ice between 2 coolers. It was getting expensive. There's nothing you can do about it as far as, being out in the desert, anywhere where it's hot, the ice is going to melt. So you're going to have to buy ice, and that's what we were doing. So by not buying the ice anymore, it's already paying for the cooler, and it's going to pay itself off here in just a couple of months, easily. Number 2, now we're able to cook, have some leftovers, and be able to keep them in a cooler where we're not having to worry about them getting soggy, getting water in them, anything like that. By having the cooler, and it's a dry cooler, the cooler keeps the items that have been cooked cool. It keeps them at the temperature that we want, and we haven't had any issues with it. It makes it so much easier and so much nicer to be able to pull something out and not have to worry about draining water or anything like that, because that can be an issue if you have an ice chest with water and you're trying to keep food in it. All right, so number 3, the cooler is a good size and it holds everything we need in it. We have drinks, lunch meats, eggs, condiments. We have all that in there now, and it's easily accessible, and it's at the temperature where it needs to be for long-term, to ensure long-term use. So number 4, the cooler runs very quietly. It's plugged into our Jackery, 12 volt, and it's running off 12 volt, and it's very quiet. The compressor will kick on whenever it needs to get back down to a specific temperature. You'll hear that kick on, but it's not anything that's loud at all. It's very quiet. We're very happy about that. And number 5, like I said, we already had a Jackery 1000, and we wanted to use that for powering the cooler while we were on the road. It uses probably 15 to 20% of capacity of the Jackery per day. And right now, we're still camping out here in western Colorado. It's close to 100 most days. It is starting to cool down a little bit, but it's still hot. And we use the generator and an air conditioner at night to stay cool. About every second to third night, depending on where the Jackery is at that point, we charge it up again with the generator and get it back up to 100%. So we haven't had to even worry about the cooler at all. It also comes with, or you can download an app for the cooler that tells you the temperature. It tells you the setting, whether it's on low, medium, or high pull for it. It's a great product for us. I really just can't say enough good things about the Massimo E Kooler that we purchased. It's made a huge difference for us. We've been on the road now for going on 4 months, camping the whole time. We love BLM camping, so we don't have any place to plug into. So we have to rely on ourselves to make sure that we're comfortable. And by having this cooler, like I said, 4 months into it, I wish we would have got it from day one. But now that we have it, It's made all the difference in the world. So I really hope this review has helped you if you're considering the purchase of a Massimo E-Kooler or any 12-volt cooler in general. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below if you have any questions for us, and we'll see you next time on our next adventure. Thanks for watching.